Thank you for joining me for video number 7, where we're going to choose your follow-ups options and offer some suggestions for ways to stay on track with your budget. But before I jump into that, I wanted to address an element that I left off at the very end of the last video where we were covering your debt reduction plan. The last thing that you want to do is say yes to this question here. Yes, I'm done with my debt reduction plan. And then so that brings you to where you can click I am done with my budget targets, and then you can move forward to the next, because if you don't have this one checked, the system will remind you like this. It says, hey, you didn't finish this, and so you have to go back. And so that's on me, but just click that, and then when you go forward, there you go. So this is one of the sections that we put in after getting feedback from different people who said, well, I already do some of this stuff, but I'm not sure how to do other parts. Can you help me with it? And so we anticipate that question coming up over and over. And so we've included this section to help you decide what you do, like help you track what you do, what you don't do, and what you want help with. This is also important if you're going to be doing personal follow-ups with a financial counselor, because that person is going to want to know not just what your budget plan is, but what are you already doing. And so this will save the person that you're working with a lot of time, and it'll save you time. It may even take care of a whole meeting if you can let this person know where you're at up front in the process of creating your budget. So we're just going to run through these here real quick. We've got them broken down into different categories. There are financial technology and automation changes that you can make that will help make it easier for you to get started and make progress on it. And so direct deposit, if that is available to you, by all means do it. So we're just going to assume that you already do that. Bill pay. A lot of people put their subscriptions on bill pay, but they don't put all of their bills on bill pay. So if, like most of the time, your city bill and your electric bill, your rent, those can be put on bill pay. So if you don't do that, you can say, I want to do this, but I don't know, and then we'll ask you, do you want some help setting that up? And so if you say yes, then that's going to be recorded in your actual budget document. Roundups. If you don't use roundups, I strongly recommend that you do. Hopefully your financial institution uses roundups. If not, talk to us. We'd be more than happy to help you with that. But what it is it saves the pennies, the nickels and dimes and pennies after from a transaction, and it puts those in a savings account for you. So for example, if you buy a cup of coffee and it's $3.25, it's going to take 75 cents and put that into a savings account for you, and your actual transaction will be for $4. You'll pay for your coffee and have 75 cents automatically moved into savings. We're just going to say that you're going to want to do that, and you don't need any help because it's pretty straightforward. Setting limits and restrictions on your debit cards. Surprisingly, a lot of people don't do this, but it's available on your app. If you're an Access Credit Union member, then you can go into your app, into your card controls, and you can set limits on the type of spending that you do to make it easier for you to spend less on that. Now, obviously, you can always override those limits because you're in charge of your money, but it's one more way to use technology to help you do that. So a lot of folks have heard about it but don't know how to do it, so we're just going to click, I don't know how to do this, and yes, we'd like some help. And so exercising discipline. This is the old-fashioned stuff where sometimes it's hard, but you just got to suck it up and do it. But if you're going to be working with somebody, it's helpful for them to know where you're at as far as discipline is concerned. So if you struggle with impulse buying, one of the ways to exercise discipline is to just use cash and only carry enough cash with you for that particular shopping trip that you're going on. So we're going to say that you're already doing that. This is a super big one that a lot of people overlook because it's uncomfortable. And this is committing to paying all of your monthly needs before you spend money on any of your wants. And so that means if you have enough money to do both, you, for the process of maintaining discipline, you choose not to do the things you want until after you've done the things, until you pay for the things that you need to do. So you don't pay for movies and going out for drinks if you haven't paid for rent and your car payment yet. On the surface, it seems straightforward, but it happens a lot of the time. And when you're spending money on wants, it's easy to overspend, and then you can actually take away money from the things that you need to do. So we're going to say that this person wants to do that. So the financial coach they're working with can help them stay accountable to that. Don't go shopping without a list. This is super straightforward, but it works. It doesn't have to be a paper list. If you're going into the store and you don't have a list, just get out your phone and make a list in your notes section and carry that with you. It's amazing how much less you'll spend if you just stick with buying what's on the list. And we're going to say that you're smart and you already do that. And starting each month with zero by moving whatever you didn't spend that month from the prior month into savings. And so this is how you build up savings faster, and you get used to only spending that amount for that month on that month. And so if you end the month and you had $150 left over because you did really good on your budget, you don't just add that to the next month's budget. You move that over into savings, and that goes towards paying off your debts faster or paying down a specific bill. A lot of folks don't do that. They let their savings pile up in the same account they're spending out of, and then when something catches their attention, it's much easier to spend that money because they think they have extra. And so we want to do away with the idea of extra money until all your debts are paid off and all your needs are covered. So we're going to say that you want to do that, and yes, you want some help. Okay, the next section is making room for the 3 R's. That's rest, rewards, and relaxation. It's important to pat yourself on the back. It's important to treat yourself as you're making these changes, because it can be uncomfortable to change how you spend your money. And it's easy to get into a situation where you feel deprived, and that can affect your momentum and affect your willingness to keep going with your progress. And so what we recommend is that as you're getting close to a goal, you decide, hey, when we reach this goal, here's how we're going to celebrate. We're going to go out to dinner, we're going to go see a movie, we're going to do X, Y, Z. You set a budget for that, so maybe you're going to spend $20, maybe it's a big goal and you're going to spend $50, and then you do it, and you use that money and you don't feel bad about it. It's okay to reward yourself, and it's important to do that. Okay, next one is communicate. This gets back to accountability. We encourage that you talk with your spouse or your family, and if you don't have either one of those, talk to your friends and somebody who will help you stay on track. Talk to them about how you're doing on your budget each week. It doesn't have to be a lengthy conversation. It can just be a quick text where you say, hey, I didn't follow my budget this week. I saw this new pair of shoes and I couldn't resist. It's not about beating yourself up. It's about being accountable and doing better each successive week. And the last one is ask for help. There is help available. We are here to help you. There are other people who are here to help you. If you don't have anyone else to help, let us know how you would like us to contact you, and we will reach out by a phone call or an email. And then lastly, in this section, we would ask you to select the type of follow-up that you would like specifically from us at Access. If you don't need any outside help, if you're really disciplined, you can check the top one. If you would like to receive help by email or just basically a reminder, encouraging you that, hey, your target dates are coming up. If you want email reminders and phone calls to check on your progress, check this one. And if you want a personalized follow-up, you want to sit down with somebody and actually work out a financial plan, then you check the bottom one and enter your phone number. And lastly, in this section is, who would you like to share this with? If you've got an uncle or a brother or a sister or a parent or somebody who is good with money and is disciplined with money, and you want them to help you, we recommend that you ask them first. But drop their email in there in this field, and then we will send this person an email that includes your budget when you've completed it. And so that is how that works. And so that's the last part of the budget builder. You've reached the end. If you haven't saved, save, and then send yourself an update. There we go. Oh, sorry about that. And then you click submit and update, and your information is written into our system. And here is the document that was created from all your work, and we will cover that in the next video.